Alright, man. Alright, let me holler at y'all about some Don Lemon real quick. I only come on here when something I need to speak on, man. That's why you don't see me as much. I got other shit I'm working on, but I'll be on here when it's something to talk about. So, talk about some Don Lemon and some Tucker Carlson. Y'all read Scarecrow for the remix, so check this out. Hold on one second. Yeah, so, cause my speaker fucked up, I gotta wait for it to come back from the dead like Jesus again. No lies, what happened last time? I thought the shit was dead, but it was still charged. It just wouldn't turn on. And one day it would turn on. So I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen again. But because of that, I got the big setup down here that's too loud to piss off my wife. But anyway, so back on topic. Don Lemon. Don Lemon's kind of an enigma to me. And I'll tell you why. Because I've never seen someone, A, try to use the black card in an argument as much as him. Never seen it. Most of my friends is black. The ones that isn't is mainly like, I got a few white friends, but mainly my friends is black, Dominican, and Hispanic. My wife is Puerto Rican. You see what I'm saying? Like, the quote-unquote white people humor tends to annoy me. Like all that weird, like borderline gay shit white people do when they think it's funny, like, shit annoyed me. Shit annoyed me. There's a lot of shit about white folks that annoy me, but I try not to be prejudiced. Anyway, I think that's because of my native ancestry and the fact that, like, I think because I'm biracial with that, I think it just naturally makes me just not trust the white man. Not really fuck with the white man. Anyway. So, Don Lemon, he an enigma to me. He a crazy looking figure to me. I'll tell you why. I've never seen nobody use the black card that much. And at the same time, he only want to use it at work at CNN when he in an argument that he losing and he think it'll work, and it usually doesn't. He did that with the Indian guy last time, trying to say, do you know what it's like to be profiled? Like, yo, Don, do you know what it's like when he goes to the fucking airport? They'd be like, excuse me, Mr. Vivek Ramaswamy, you've been randomly selected for some additional screening. Like, I know what it's like because, listen, let me tell you, with having the last name I have and dressing the way I dress, when I go to get on a plane, excuse me, Mr. Yeah, we need you for some additional screening. And of course the fact I travel with a lot of electronics. It's not just shit that like everyone would know about, like PlayStations and shit. I've been lucky. I had a couple times where, like, one time in Detroit, the TSA was like at a Wayne County Metro Airport. It was like looking at. I had like a little multi effects processor with me, and the dude who was the TSA guy, luckily he's like I know what this is. I'm an audio engineer. But I've had people think like my micro amps was car batteries, like all type of weird shit with the TSA. So I know what it's like to be profiled when you go to the airport. And with him, with I'm assuming he's Indian, Vivek Ramaswamy. He's some type of Middle Eastern Indian. I won't rule out the possibility of him being half black even. He's something brown or black. I know that much. And with that name too, it's like when Don Lemon said, "You don't know what it's like to be profiled like that." And it's like, I know what it's like to be profiled. I'm not black. You know what I'm saying? And I know with Don Lemon, I promise, has an easier time going to the airport than Vivek Ramaswamy, especially with all Vivek Ramaswamy's NRA ties and whatever. Anyway, so Don Lemon, I don't know if he's married or they're just in a long-term commitment or whatever. He's with a white man living in an area, like, put it like this. When my parents got chicken and they moved that spot, I don't like being at. That spot, like, the whole town, like 86 or 82. It's like in the mid to low 80s% white. Where I'm at here is like maybe 50%, probably less than that. It's mainly Hispanic and black. I promise you, it's probably tied between Hispanics and blacks, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like at most like 60% white or something. But like all the white people live way out. You know what I'm saying? It's probably, but I know it's not more than that. It's got to be. It's probably less than 50. Anyway, so Don Lemon lives in a spot. I didn't even know there were spots that were like 92 or 95% white. It's like 92.25% white where you live at, with a white man. It's like, so if you look at his personal life and what he portrays on CNN, I've never seen someone live such a double life. Where at work, on TV, you want to be blacker than Malcolm X. But in your personal life, it seems you've tried so hard to run away from being black. You live with a white man in a 92% white area, where the second largest demographic, I think it said, was tied between Asians and black people. And it was only 2% of each. And it was to the point where Hispanics weren't even represented in the demographic. Hispanics were not even represented in this demographic. They don't have Hispanic people where he lives at. So it's called Sag Harbor. It's a town in Long Island. And yeah, so it's so strange to me. Like, that's why I stopped fucking with him. I started looking at the shit, and I said, but he lives around all white people. In his off time, he chills with mainly white. It's like the opposite of me. It's like he be chilling with mainly white people. I promise you, you are married to a white man. You might have a couple black friends. I'm not gonna rule that out, but just by looking at the demographic, it's like, what am I supposed to expect? You feel what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy to me, bro. And then Tucker Carlson, that shit just caught me off guard. I feel like that whole shit is a conspiracy where they were like, they wanted to let go of Don Lemon, and they knew that would make Fox happy. Tucker Carlson is a liability for Fox in a way, but he's also not as lockstep as the other anchors are. Meaning, he'll say some shit that's not the status quo at Fox to be saying. He'll talk about and talk to people who are not the status quo of Fox to represent, and not in the way that Sean Hannity talked to Marilyn Manson. And that interview made Sean Hannity look like a dumbass. So it seems like they've been looking for getting rid of Don Lemon for a minute. News slowed up. Think about it. Their whole thing is the news. It has to be new. You can't keep talking about the same shit for months and months and months. It has to be new shit that goes on. Northeast, south, northeast, west, south. You feel what I'm saying? Like the news. Like, so basically, I think they knew that they was gonna let go of Don Lemon, but they're like, listen, we don't want to run news on talking about Don Lemon, Fox. We can't. That's our guy. I mean, yeah, he don't work here no more, but we don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Can you do us a favor and let some, because we're going to give you something to talk about. So this way, we both got something to talk about. You got someone you could let go? It's like when you an American, you get caught up in Mexico, and they be like, okay, the Mexican dudes, the federales, and the American marshals go, okay, we're going to meet at the border, we're going to do a swap. We're going to swap. It was like the same shit, except it was just like news anchors. We're going to fire them. We'll do a swap. Fire them. It's like Tucker Carlson is like, yeah, like he says some shit that like could, like, if I remember right, they had to put at the credits. That's why its credits roll mad quick. Plus it's a news show. That's why there's a little disclaimer that says his views don't represent Fox News or the bigger network at play or any of that. Like, but it's like real, like you'd have to freeze frame it right there. But I think it was mainly because like CNN was gonna let go Don Lemon. I've noticed since Discovery came in, you gotta think about what type of network Discovery is. Facts, information. There's no spin that goes on in the Discovery Channel. You can't even say it there is when they're talking about historical events, because historical events, history is written by the victor. You feel what I'm saying? So it's already spun. You just regurgitating what was already spun, which is spun in all the textbooks and everything else. So it's fact. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said about 9/11. Anyways, so I noticed when Discovery came in, like there's a whole bunch of shit that they just said, nah, shut that down. Like Brian Stelter lost his show. Whole bunch of shit. Like they seem to be just cleaning house. Because they are a fact-based company. They want their shit to be informational. Like Cat Williams said about the fucking crocodile hunter. He said, that motherfucker was polite and informational. Like, for real. Like Discovery Channel guys about as much spin as Animal Planet do. Except when on the Animal Cops they be talking about fucking, they be talking about pit bulls. A lot of spin around pit bulls. It's really not right. They're a good ass dog. I've had 2 of them. I still have one of them living at my parents' house. So yeah, I think this whole shit was a scheme. I think they were gonna let Don Lemon go, and they're like, "Listen, Fox, we're kind of doing you a favor, though. We're not trying to really do the favor." And you gotta remember, Fox's beef isn't really with Discovery. They just came in and bought that beef. So there's no real beef there. Like their beef was with the motherfuckers who was really letting. You gotta understand that culture the anchors have at CNN, that shit wasn't created overnight. And so Discovery has been, I think, lenient with a lot of, especially the more senior anchors like Don Lemon, been like, listen, bro, you gotta chill. You gotta chill, you're doing too much. And with the Vivek Ramaswamy shit, it got to a point, I've never seen this on the news before, where Don Lemon literally goes, there's too many people talking in my ear. Like the dudes that you can't see that be saying, no, you can't say that. Stop. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad it was. Like, because his arguments weren't working. The shit he said, I'm surprised Vivek Ramaswamy didn't say some shit about Don Lemon. Who do you think gets screened more at the airport, me or you? You just go right through security, get on the plane, right? They don't make you go in a little room or nothing. They don't do the wand with you. You just get to put your shit through and walk through the scan, right? Oh, okay, yeah, you know. Trust me, I know about some profiling, homie. 9/11 fucking happened. I'm surprised he ain't say some shit like that to Don Lemon when Don Lemon said that whole shit. And like I told my mom about it. My mom, my adopted mom, diehard Democrat. And she even said some of this shit he was saying when he kept trying to pull the black card, like, and it kept trying to spin shit about other people. Like, she's like, he just felt like he was better than people. And she's like, I could feel that shit. I didn't like that shit. I know people at CNN was watching. They had a little plot line chart of his time and viewership, and they probably was able to pinpoint when he said certain shit. A bunch of viewers went, and they probably tried to pull him aside and talk with him about it a few times. Say, hey, listen, Don, listen, we notice whenever you start talking all that crazy rah-rah shit, and start saying you a victim because you black, all that shit dry. And you know you married to a white man. You live in a 92. You live in like the whitest area of New York, bro. Come on, can you stop with that? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I promise you that's what happened. But he ain't want to listen. It's just crazy to me. He's like literally a walking... Like if irony was a person... You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you want to talk all this because I'm black. You said because you're black more, or because something black, more than any black person I know. And that's like the majority of people I know. My fucking adopted little brother is black. He black as fuck. Dark skin. So it's like, it's crazy, bro. It's like, I just don't get it. Like, and in your personal life, you are literally living the whitest life you possibly could. In $1 million home with a white mains. You feel what I'm saying? In a 92.25% white area. That shit is crazy to me, bro. That shit is crazy. And like, I'm not one to talk like that. I'm not black, so I'm not one to say just you know. But in this case, because it relates, it's just so crazy to see, and it's something I think a lot of people haven't really figured out. Like, I'm gonna put the screenshots, but this shit is crazy, bro. I'm out this bitch. Yeah, I don't know if he has that apartment in Harlem. I just don't see it. I don't see how you, like, and they would want to say that, because I remember Fox News put out that Sag Harbor shit. And originally it would say that. Now it redirects you to say that he lived in Louisiana, And then it says this shit, it says Harlem on top of Sag Harbor. Maybe he has an apartment in Harlem that he rents out to tenants. I don't see him living in Harlem though. I don't even see him visiting there. With what Sag Harbor look like? No. I remember originally if you Googled it, it would go straight to Sag Harbor. Didn't say nothing about Harlem, didn't say Louisiana like here.